Shalom Alaikum. This is Rama Shada Menace. Welcome to Bayatham Broadcast Services, BBS. Before I go any further, I want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, the Father of Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus Christ, pre- and post-incarnate into human flesh, and the Father of Abraham, the Father of Isaac, and the Father of Jacob. Let's get straight to the point, man. Was Kanye West's comment about Harriet Tubman on point, or was he just trolling for views? Was he trolling for recognition? Was he clout chasing? Did he use the name of Harriet Tubman, which is a name that's near and dear to a lot of black people who has at least a little bit of familiarity with her? Or was Kanye West or was Kanye West on to something? Was he trolling her, or was he on to something? I'm gonna give you my opinion about the whole thing, man. I'm relatively a very, very thorough researcher. And 2 years ago, I actually agreed with Kanye West when he said that slavery is a choice. And slavery is a choice. Because, think about this. Everybody has preferences. You can choose to be a bum, or you can choose to not to be a vagabond. You can choose not to be a compartment of that circuit. You understand? There's a scripture in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, I believe verse 19. I'm paraphrasing, but the Most High says, I've given you blessing and I've given you cursing. I'm giving you life and I'm giving you death. Therefore, choose life. You see what I'm saying? Slavery is synonymous with death. You understand? So many of us, even to this day, is choosing death. I'm going to give you an even gangster example. 2 or 3 videos ago on the same platform, I did a video honoring a 9-year-old brother who I don't know, by the way. You understand? From my hometown, New Orleans, named Devontae Bryan. His birthday is actually going to be, and his birthday actually supposed to be tomorrow. He would have turned 10 years old today, but he met his untimely and very unfortunate demise on the 13th of this month, July. You understand? So I think the funeral is actually going to be tomorrow, which is the day he would have turned 10. But I don't see Black Lives Matter no fucking well. I think a 1-year-old kid got shot and I believe killed in Brooklyn recently, about 2 weeks ago. Nobody says nothing. Where's the Black Lives Matter crew at? A 20-month-old kid gets shot in the stomach, shot dead in Chicago about a month ago. Where's Black Lives Matter? But y'all bigging up to George Floyd, and it makes sense why you're bigging up to George Floyd, because he's a Freemason. You understand? So you mean tell me that Devontae Bryan or his father had to be Freemasons in order to get media coverage, in order to have his name trending and circulating media? You understand? So when it seems convenient that we only want to chant Black Lives Matter when it's trending in the media. But if it's not trending in the media, we don't give a fuck about our own welfare, our own well-being. You understand? So that's a form of slavery, because we don't want to free ourselves. We don't want to free ourselves from the quagmire and the quandary that we're in. Be very content in being this hot pot called a cauldron. That is a form of slavery. So I just want to rant with that right quick. But Harriet Tubman, here's why Kanye West might have a point. I did some research, and it turns out that Harriet Tubman is not the Harriet Tubman that y'all think she is. Harriet Tubman, let's say this: the CIA, the counterintelligence agency, was established, I believe, in 1947. If Harriet Tubman made her presence felt between 1947 or 2020, you understand? She would be considered a federal agent. She would be considered a member of an intelligence group. You understand? Intercepting information from their targets, from their adversaries. You understand? That's pertinent to the group that she's in, so they can create a military strategy to make to endeavor to subdue their opponents. And that's exactly what she did. Okay, yeah, she made 13 trips to Maryland. You understand? She made 13 trips to Maryland to gather about approximately 70 slaves. Now, this is what I'm reading now from different sources. You understand? Such as National Geographic. You understand? Such as biography.com, among other sources. And they all practically saying the same thing. That there were conditions of so-called freeing the slaves or plucking the slaves from a plantation in Maryland. The conditions is they were to work for the Union Army, to work for them as informants. You understand? They will provide pertinent information to subdue the I forgot their names, man. It start with a C. It was a Confederate group, but it start with a C or a G. I forgot. Anyway, but she got those 70 slaves to have them to disclose and to extradite pertinent information, because this was during the Civil War. The Civil War started, I believe, in 1861 and it ended in 1865. You understand? So, long story short, in 1863, when the espionage was success, espionage deals with spying. It deals with surveillance. You understand? It deals with scrutiny. It deals with keeping a close eye on your target. Once there was a success, you understand, they said that the slaves would end up, a good amount of slaves would end up being enlisted, and the remaining were freed. Now, once again, this was in 1863. Slaves wasn't officially free until 1865. And even in 1865, when the so-called slave was free, which they really wasn't, you have Article 20 of the 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution that say that slavery is still permissive. You understand? As long as when a person commits a crime, if a person commits a crime that's worthy of imprisonment, that is still a form of slavery. So slavery was never really abolished. It just, I guess, prerequisite is the word for it, and conditions. So, the slave wasn't really free, not in 1863. You understand? The so-called Juneteenth, which was a joke, by the way, wasn't that supposed to happen the same year that Abraham Lincoln supposedly freed all the black slaves? 1865? You got to think about that. You understand? They used a black woman who was illiterate, had no reading proficiency, had no reading skills, had no reading prowess, had no academic prowess, and they used her as an implement and as a vessel to sucker in slaves into believing that they're going to be absolutely free, only to be escorted into an intelligence group, the Union Army. Because see, this group was more like a precursor to the CIA. It was more like a predecessor to the CIA. And you might well say is a CIA, technically. Kind of like an introduction to CIA. Because it still, deals with intelligence. You understand? It is an intelligence agency. You understand? So this is what I read. You understand? Y'all be the judge. Was Harriet Tubman a hero? You understand? Or was she a sellout? Was she a puppet? You understand? Because if you want to talk about true revolution, you understand, a revolutionary attempts, why not talk about Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, or the revolt in New Orleans in 1811 with Charles Dessalines and two of his elite soldiers who had military experience from West Africa. You understand? They was this close to creating an independent black republic in New Orleans. Why not talk about that when we talking about Harriet Tubman? You understand? So, like I said, man, that's my opinion of the whole thing, bro. This is according to what I research. You understand? I'm definitely gonna look more into this. You understand? Because this got to be talked about. Because we black people can't afford, man, to have this proclivity and a predisposition to hearken to something, man, that seems pleasing to our eyes, man, because it's trending in the media. But we know the media be bullshitting us. You understand? So was Kanye West on point? Or is he out of his goddamn mind? You understand? Especially in this regard, particularly in this regard. You understand? So like I said, y'all be the judge, you heard me? Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. You understand? Hit that like button one more time, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, you dig? It's your Rama Shot of Menace, you heard me? And I'm out, chill. Shalom, shalom.